My last name's Nagaitis. My family's Lithuanian. My granddad's Lithuanian. There's very few of them left there. Germans and Russians in time killed them all.
I will not have any more deaths on my watch because of your...
What was it like to shoot it in Lithuania, sort of following in Chernobyl's footsteps? What surprised you about the country?
It's such a beautiful country, and to talking to a lot of the crew and some of the locals, it wasn't that long ago that they were liberated from this, really. So speaking to them about it was fantastic material. They were able to tell us a lot and sort of show how bleak and hard it was.
It was really interesting. It was, first of all, a beautiful place, and you could tell it was somewhere that had really worked hard at reclaiming its own national culture, and there was a pretty strong anti-Russian sentiment there, wasn't there? We had to be really careful in terms of when, we were shooting in the streets, wearing costumes with Soviet, signalia, and it's, you had to get permission.
My last name's Nagaitis. My family's Lithuanian. My granddad's Lithuanian. There's very few of them left there. Germans and Russians in time killed them all.
Most of the buildings are still there. In fact, some of them were our set, because why not take it? And that was beautiful. But what they've done to that country is amazing. It's such a wonderful artistic place. So they've taken, I guess that's kind of born from a lot of art, really.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's kind of comes from somewhere from a sadness or a oppression, and then see what you can make, get the colours out of it. And I feel that's what they've done there.
Lithuania is like a beautiful place. We had a really nice time. But it felt very present. It's very close to Russia. The girl who was playing my hand double was a Ukrainian refugee. We were in real sort of Soviet buildings. A lot of the props we were using were original. So it did felt present.
By the way, you have some sort of family connection to the country, right?
Yeah, my great-granddad was Lithuanian.
Was he?
Yeah. And so was Adams.
Yeah, and I
knew Adams was. I didn't know you.
Yeah, they emigrated from there to New York. Yeah. Oh, Connecticut. Yeah.
Many of the cast members and some of you guys have Lithuanian relatives.
Adam and Agnes, they told me.
Yeah, and family. It's not somewhere I'd ever been to. I mean, a jaw-droppingly beautiful country, and Vilnius itself is stunning. But it was even more pleasing in that we had an extraordinary Lithuanian crew in place. And generally, all crews are great, but they had so much to tell us and information to share because, the Soviet system, people living in Lithuania, it is in living memory. Their grandparents spoke Russian. Many of the scenes we had, especially in the apartments, reminded so many of the crew of their grandparents' homes. So there was a lot of kind of visual triggers for the crew. So we felt in very safe hands in the sense that everything that we were showing would be real, authentic, and researched to the point of...
My granddad got out when he was 16, 17, moved to Manchester and started working on the buses in Manchester. Spoke 5 languages and lived in this country treated like crap by English people in Manchester who saw him somehow as lesser than them because he had an accent. And it's like, this guy speaks 5 languages and he's working on a bus. So when I got there, I'd been there before, and I saw names on walls of memorials that looked very similar. And I thought, I can use this in the sense that I understand I don't understand, but I can imagine, which is the best a person can probably do. I can imagine what it might be like, what it might have been like for him, and I can imagine what it might be like for people now, living in situations where they are...
When was it? What year?
When he came here, probably 1940, 41, I don't know. He's unfortunately long past and refused to speak English after a while. Just spoke Lithuanian after he had a stroke, so I didn't really, I would see him and it would be playing chess or throwing a cane. So, he didn't really have much to tell me about the history of... Anyway, but filming there, this is a situation in Europe full of pain and misery. Now, we're talking about a past in the 1960s and the 1970s, which you would have hoped had disappeared. You would have hoped that we were filming there and that healing had taken place. Not amongst the Lithuanian people, I'm saying. You'd hope that it wasn't an issue. And the world is being what it is.
But it's also still such a recent thing, like the Soviet Union...
Yeah, the Lithuanians don't. As far as I can tell, just not to speak for them, but it's not encouraged to speak Russian. And these are the people who they now have, and they have always had their own national identity, and they now have it again.
But it was fascinating being there, and also a lot of the architecture is Soviet, and so all the the apartment blocks with the indoor balcony things where and our apartment was replicating that. It was
Just
really helpful.
Yeah, beautiful, strong, independent people. And
Yeah.
it was a pleasure to film there. And they were kind and accommodating. That's the fact.
Was there anything that surprised you about the country?
I don't know. I mean, we had a really nice time. Nothing surprised me. I think it's very flat. I'm from Devon, so I'm used to lots of hills.
No, it's lovely. I mean, I flew in and out. All the guys lived there. I didn't because I have children in another country. But it's lovely. Vilnius is lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of bugs in the countryside, actually.
Oh, yeah, we all had to get tick
Whoa,
shots.
when you go and film out in the countryside, it was, yeah. I was doing a scene with Rhys at the end, and I had a lot of big critters landing on my face.
Did you?
Big. Boom. I thought, just carry on talking.
Oh, I'm not jealous of that. Irina's
Yeah, that was
mainly
quite intense.
inside.